Hey, Catalyst crew. Welcome to Catalyst Corner, episode 65. It's Sunday, so we've got Partially Proficient on here with us. And, oh yeah, let's get into it. How you doing, Paul?
My life is in total shambles.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Right off the gate.
Yeah. Not really, but, in a small way, Took some time off from work just to enjoy myself.
Well, there was the Evo tournament.
Yeah. I wanted to watch some Evo.
Evolution 2023.
Yeah, it's my thing. I like it. It's just something I wanted to do for myself.
Yeah, big in the fighting game community.
So, right. I've been grinding Street Fighter. I'm looking forward to new MK. Really looking forward to it. But
as am I.
yeah, so first day of my vacation, me and the old lady got into a bit of an argument.
Happens. Hey, it's part of life.
That's life. Exactly. Shit happens. It's over. It's dealt with now. Day 2 of my vacation, bad thunderstorm, wiped out my internet. The internet company now has put me off twice, so I missed the entirety of Evo.
So you missed... The Street Fighter was good.
Yeah. I've caught some of the clips now just off of phone data. I live out in the boons, so
boons. Yeah, you are in the woods.
I don't get real good reception on the phone.
The Mortal
even.
Kombat I didn't dig though. Like it was just Fujin versus Fujin.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it's not fun to watch.
Yeah, no. It was just everything went wrong for me. My refrigerator broke. I had to
oh wow, you got the trifecta.
Throw all my food into a freezer and storage. It was just
you got
bad.
the trifecta.
Yeah. And you know what? That's also been put off multiple times by the repair tech that we call. So it's just great. I don't have a fridge. I don't have internet. My life's, everything's just hard.
Well, that's they say that comes in threes, right? So that's your third.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's your third. So,
we're back at it.
The pool, we've drained the pool finally. So it's not, finally getting ahead of the water in the basement.
Good.
Finally.
Yeah.
I've been taking a supplement.
Okay.
It's called Shilajit.
Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah.
The healing powers of Shilajit.
I saw it online. Saw it on TikTok somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So I did a little research, and I was like, all right, give it a try. Why not?
Yeah, you might as well.
Holy moly.
Yeah. Honestly?
Yeah.
I think it feels like it increases mood, energy,
Oh, yeah. I feel
sense
strong.
of wellness. Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
It's just a mineral supplement for those not to know.
So just to give you guys a quick, it leaks it leaks out of the rocks of the Himalayas.
I guess it comes from mountains all over the world, but
yeah, apparently it is all over the place.
Yeah, the Himalayan
I guess it's like fossilized plant matter, or not fossil, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
It's like plant matter from a long time ago, and it's just so mineral rich that it has all the minerals your body needs and then some. Right. So it people say it tastes real bad. I don't think it tastes real bad.
I really don't even think it's bad.
It's like a little bitter.
Just different. It tastes herbal.
Yeah, that's what I would qualify it as too. It tastes like herbal.
Yeah.
So I've been taking it for probably about a month now, I think. Maybe a little longer.
Yeah.
The first week, not really anything, Yeah. But I got to tell you, I feel it.
Yeah,
I really do.
Look healthier.
It raises your temperature, though. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Huh? No, I hadn't.
Yeah. So there's a study online that says if you're very active during the summer,
right?
Be careful when you take it because your body temperature does go up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't know. It's great though. If you guys are interested, we'll post a link in the description.
Oh,
where you can get some. Yeah.
Big Shilajit guys.
Yeah, I'm on board. I mean, I don't know who the fuck.
Look, I just want to start pushing shit. Let's get some Shungite on board.
Yeah, I don't know who in the Himalayas was
I don't support Shungite.
You see that black shit leaking out of that rock? I'm gonna fucking eat that.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw that in my tea.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat it.
It's gonna be delicious.
Eat that down. What?
I don't know, man. People
I
are
love
weird.
it. Yeah,
People try
good find.
strange
good
shit.
Good find, Himalayan Sherpas.
So let me tell you what I've been doing.
Yeah, what do you got?
So I haven't had internet at all,
That's tough.
which is brutal. I don't have cable. I don't really see a need for it. I'm always online
do you have,
watching
like, DVDs?
streaming stuff. So I've resorted to DVDs.
Oh my!
I had to go back into the old DVD collection, what would run off the Xbox, and go through old movies. Let me tell you,
Tell me.
going back and rewatching some shit has been a godsend. I've been just the other night I watched a little classic movie called House of the Dead.
All right. Well, let's get into the episode. All right.
Okay.
So
Let you
let me give a little introduction. House of the Dead. So this episode we're gonna call it the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're gonna start with video game adaptations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
So
you pulled that. You have that on DVD.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. Look, I don't know at what point
What is
this
that?
became my.
Hold on. Where do you put that? Is that good, bad, or ugly? And
It's-
just to clarify what it means. Good is good.
Yeah, drop the metric that we're rating things on.
Bad is bad.
Yeah.
Ugly is good because it's ugly.
You know what we should do sometime?
What's that?
Is we should, if people want and react to this video, maybe we sit down and tier list out all like the bad, like the video game adaptations, all these plus
Yeah, we
whatever
could run
else
a
we've
tier
seen,
list.
you know? Could be good.
But ugly is one of those things where it's either like a guilty pleasure or, it's so cringe that you
It
can't
kinda
help
comes
but love
around.
it. Right. It it's so cringy it's good.
Yeah, so this movie, and I watched with my partner.
Yeah. Where are
She-
you putting it?
Oh, it's ugly. It's ugly as can be.
See, I sit on the fence because
Really?
so I get what you're saying about it being ugly. But it teeters into bad territory a little bit.
See,
And
I don't
well,
agree.
let me tell you why. Because when it came out, I was but a boy. And I was so excited that they were making a video game movie, first of all,
Yep.
based on House of the Dead, second of all.
Yep.
I was like, I love shooting those zombies.
Yeah, that's a great game.
Yeah. And then I watched it and I was like, pump the brakes here.
That had almost nothing to do with House
I was
of
like,
the Dead.
that wasn't House of the Dead.
Look,
Now, don't get me wrong. As an older man, I get it. It veers probably more in the ugly category. But as a boy, I was like, this is bad. How could they do this? I was
Now-
expecting House of the Dead.
it's insane.
Yeah.
It's
It's a crazy movie.
you have this group of random people going to a rave.
It's very out of like early 2000s,
Oh, it's-
right? Like they're just this fucking guy's like, yeah, get on my boat. Let's go to a fucking island. It's a rave, and everyone's like, yeah, that's safe. Let's do that.
Sure. Of course. They get there.
Yeah.
And look, you can tell that this movie was
Oh, it's made for a teenage boy.
yeah. Well, I'm not sure that this wasn't pitched so that they could spend half the budget went towards one action sequence in the middle and the other half went on cocaine.
Yeah, I would imagine that the cocaine budget for this film was high.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. But
Walk me through it a little bit. So they were at the rave,
yeah. We have our group at the rave. They
and it's a 2000s rave, if there ever was one.
look, the movie is bizarre.
Yeah.
They talk about being late. They're super worried about getting to the rave on time.
Do they-
it's like
do they
the
hit you with
middle
a,
of the day.
Do they hit you with like a title card with exposition? Like, did they explain any of it at the beginning?
No.
Okay, all right. So you're going in blind.
No, yeah, you get basically nothing.
Yeah, we're just going to this rave.
Yeah, you go in.
It's like sponsored
I
by
won't- I
like
won't-
Sony PlayStation. or
It's Sega.
something.
Sega's right up on the little thing. Ravers get taken out by zombies. Our main crew shows up. And look, they go from running from the undead to middle of the movie, they get weapons. It turns around and inexplicably every one of them is now just
Right. Just to be clear, these are just ravers. This isn't like we sent the
Yeah.
team in.
No, these are just people who showed up for a rave and now they're just gunning zombies
Yeah,
down
they're
by the
elite
dozen.
military fighters.
Yeah. They're doing like karate kicks. They're beating them up like in
they're
hand to
dodging
hand.
axes like Matrix style.
Yeah. There's one point where like someone slow-mo jumps in the air, dodges an axe thrown at them, and just shotguns a zombie out of the air. It's insane.
It's what you have to do.
So that's where I think it verges into the ugly. Is it's so over the top. It's so ridiculous.
Because you don't even have time to really
It's not like it's
get your head
self-aware
around.
and it's trying to do it. It's just
No, it just happens.
This is the direction they went with it.
Right. But the
so
thing
good.
is like Yui Boll, who's the director, who's notorious for making,
Yeah.
like no one said, like they're just talking it out, and it's like, yeah, well now you guys have guns, so you're superheroes.
Yeah, so you're going to like go to the titular House of the Dead.
Right. Which is more of like a weird cottage. Like it's
bigger on the inside.
well, that's because there's like an underground or something.
Yeah, it's just sort of too big anyways.
I know. It doesn't. None of it makes any sense.
It's just
How about
insane.
the boat captain who didn't have to die, but he died?
He just did.
Yeah, he decided. He's like, I know you guys are all Matrix,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm gonna blow up.
All right. So I won't stick on it too long, but you know what? For those of you who haven't seen it,
Give it a watch. It is ugly.
For me,
all right.
It's ugly.
You won me over.
It's gratuitous nudity, violence, ridiculous action sequences, completely unbelievable characters, and it's just fun. For me, it's objectively bad, but fun.
Now, do you want to stick with ugly or should?
Oh, it's ugly.
No, I'm saying, do you want to talk about another ugly or
another
do you want to?
ugly. You hit me with one. Whatever you want.
All right. So I recently watched. You know how I watch stuff. It's hard to get me to watch stuff now.
Right.
I fucking binged this. I'm upset about it.
Okay.
Twisted Metal.
Really?
I'm upset because it had no business being as good as it is.
It didn't look like it was going to be good. I haven't seen it yet.
It is so fucking good. It just hits so good. Here's the thing.
That's very good news for me.
There's no tournament.
Really?
Because it's basically a prequel.
Oh.
So you get us caring about characters. Season 2 tournament. It works it works so well, right? It's funny. It's very funny. You
really?
I'm going like the only one that matters is Twisted Metal Black. No, this works so fucking good.
Good.
Anthony Mackie,
good.
Hilarious. Sweet Tooth, dude. Perfect. Chef's kiss.
Really?
Perfect. It's so good.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to... Once
I
I have internet again and all that, I'm going to need to take
I watched all 10 episodes in like 2 days.
Wow.
It's so good. It's so good.
Damn it.
I'm
going to have to do that now.
I don't know how you could do Twisted Metal any other way than how they did it.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
For me.
And the fact that it leads into a tournament. There's a character named Smash.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't there be?
Want to know why his name is Smash?
How about you tell me?
Because he smashes watermelons.
Okay.
You want to know how he does that?
How's he do it?
With his big old penis.
Huh.
Yeah, it's incredible.
How about that?
Yep.
All right.
It's so good. Sweet Tooth is menacing, but also very funny. Played by Samoa Joe. Voiced by Will Arnett.
Okay.
It works. He's crazy.
See, that's good. I'm happy to see that there's like more good adaptations coming out.
You know what it is, though, is that they didn't tell it the Twisted Metal story. They told a prequel.
Right.
But the characters were right.
Sure, and so long as it doesn't bastardize what Twisted Metal is supposed to be,
right.
Like you said, it's a prequel. It can lead into what the rest of the series is actually known for.
And you don't have to go black with the tone, right?
Right.
There is gratuitous violence in it.
Okay.
Like it works. It just works. I finished watching, I go, that was refreshing.
Huh.
That because the other, we'll stick to good for a minute.
Yeah.
The other good adaptation this year for me that isn't for kids would be Last of Us, but that's heavy.
Right.
You know?
It's not a fun watch at times.
No, that's work. You're questioning your morals. You're seeing these awful
There's
things.
an emotional journey there.
Sure. In this, you care about the characters by the end of it. You're rooting for Anthony Mackie. You're fucking rooting for Sweet Tooth. Figure that one out.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I like that.
Fantastic. So those are my two.
Yeah, the kids stuff has been good recently too. Like it's a few years back, the Sonic movies were good. The Mario movie,
1 and 2 were good.
Yeah,
They
Mario
nailed it.
movie was well done for what it is.
I enjoyed the Mario movie.
Yeah, so it's surprising.
It's another one. It's another one that had no business being as good as it was.
Right. It's just these things that try to respect the property that they're from.
Right.
And look, there's some liberties taken with everything. You can't take a video game and put it to
No, there are things that don't
or
translate in reality.
show without breaking the bones a little bit to make it fit.
Now, that being
But
said, you also
minimum damage.
But you also get things like the Bill episode of The Last of Us, which has been nominated for Emmy. Like, it is probably the best episode of TV that I have seen in the past 10 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But that's what I'm saying is, like, it's not true to the game. It follows the skeletal structure, but they made changes that improve upon it.
That did it justice.
Right. What do you got for so those are real good ones. Why don't we veer into bad territory a little bit? Let me fire off a couple of quickies and then we'll dive in.
Sure. Hit me with a few fast
Prince
ones.
of Persia.
Actually,
Awful.
never caught that one.
Don't bother. Jake Gyllenhaal, who's fucking Dutch, is playing the Prince of Persia.
Yeah,
So,
that makes sense.
Yeah, swallow that one. It just
Good.
it was so bad, and it was like right around the same time that Prince of Persia 2 came out, which was the darker, grittier version.
Yeah, they
Right, so you think that's what you're going to get, and it's just a it's like Disney funded it.
Yep.
Horrible. Absolutely garbage.
Not what anyone needed. Okay.
You got a bad one? What do you got?
As for another bad one,
Yeah, give me a bad oldie.
let me just go back to the DVD pile for me. Because,
you've
again,
been
this is what
digging.
I've been doing. This is what I've been up to.
Oh, I love it.
Here's another one.
What do you got?
And it's similar to my last pick in House of the Dead, in that it's all there for one big payoff, but I don't think the movie's fun bad enough to carry it.
What do you got?
It's Doom.
That is the first rated R movie that I was able to legally go to. I bought tickets for all my underage friends. I'm admitting it on the record. Yep, 16-year-olds going to see Doom.
Unbelievable.
Yep, it was not good.
No. Most of the movie is boring. It's trying to explain the demons, where they're from, what they're doing.
You don't. The thing of it is, right?
It's weird
Doom's
character backdrop.
Doom's greatest strength is the Slayer.
Right.
The Rock is not the Slayer.
Oh, well, he's not even your protagonist.
No, Carl Urban.
And I love. Here's the thing: if anything could save something from being bad for me,
Carl
it should
Urban.
be Carl.
Yeah.
I love Carl Urban,
Dude. Dread. I mean,
I
the
won't
boys.
say that.
He's Johnny Cage, for Christ's sake.
There's parts of this movie that I enjoy. The sequence, the Doom sequence
The
that
first
it ends
person
with,
thing?
yeah, is enjoyable.
Sure, it was the first
But
time
there's
we'd ever
just
really seen anything like that.
So much that's bad about it and
Yeah, like
boring.
the rest of it.
Yeah, it's just hard to get through.
Yeah.
Which is
The
a shame.
demons don't look
Love
that
the old
good
Doom. No,
either,
no, they don't.
Like, the big thing was they took the Hell Knight from Doom 3. Like,
Yep.
that was the design. It was a good design at the time.
Yeah, they did the zombies. They did the
Right. I think, was there any imps in it?
imps. Yeah, the imps were like pretty much the fodder that they kept fighting.
Yeah, and then there was Pinky.
yeah.
But it was the Doom 3 Pinky, which, not my favorite Pinky.
no, not the best.
No, like, looking back on it.
So
Yeah, I'd say Doom probably is bad. I agree.
Not my favorite. Didn't really resonate with me. Let me see. Halo was bad. It was
So I generally, especially now that we do the podcast and stuff, I try to see things through.
Right. Try to give things a chance. Try to let them go creatively. See if there's a
just to
direction
see,
that they're heading in.
See what they were trying to do.
Right.
Halo, I tapped out episode 2, and I was okay that they took his helmet off in 1. Mm-hmm. And I said, all right, I saw his face. You put that fucking helmet back on. You don't take it off ever again.
Yeah.
And then he just didn't wear it. And I was like, oh, okay.
These are people who fundamentally misunderstood what this franchise is about.
Master Chief's face doesn't matter.
Right.
He's a symbol.
Right.
It's the same problem with like Mandalorian and Boba Fett. Their face doesn't matter. It's the symbol.
Right. It's what they make people feel.
Right. Chief's face doesn't matter.
Yeah, they don't get
but his
that,
ass does, apparently.
Yeah, they put his ass on.
It was horrible.
They just wanted to do their own original thing, go in their own direction.
Yeah, it's the story of what's going on in Hollywood right now. They want to write their own shit,
but attach a familiar label.
The only way to get it put through is by attaching it to something. Right, because nobody's funding this shit unless it's...
Right. You can't approach them with your random sci-fi script. Now, if you put Halo on it, and it's still your script, and it's totally fucking...
Right. Like, it's not even Master Chief, really.
Right. It doesn't matter.
Oh, brutal.
You put the label on it.
The Halo show was brutal. Obviously, The Witcher 3 just wrapped.
Yeah.
Talk about an epic. Like, talk about going from like an 80% from audience and critics in season 1.
Season 1 was fantastic.
To finishing with a 22% and being lauded by everyone.
Yeah.
You can't do
pretty
that.
Insane.
You can't
fall
do it.
From grace.
You can't do it. And then recently, one of the producers came out, and said, because I would argue that Witcher it's not Ulysses or anything, but like it has some complex moral dilemmas and tales and things of that nature.
Sure.
But they dumb it all down in the show. Right? Because what they tried to do was they tried to push Ciri and Yennefer to the front.
Yep.
And when you do that, you can't tell the stories that are in the books because they're about Geralt.
Right, they revolve around Geralt.
Right, so then you end up just making up shit as you go.
Yeah.
And so the producer said, oh, hey, the reason that we had to tell simple stories instead of complex stories is because American audiences can't handle complex stories.
Just off of The Last of Us being extremely successful.
Take it even further back. Before Game of Thrones started telling simple stories in season 7 and 8, it was a complex, challenging piece of media that was number one, and everyone loved it because it was challenging. That's what audiences want. They don't want to be talked to like they are children.
Right, but they don't understand. They don't care.
No. So Witcher's dead.
Yeah. What a shame.
But better dead than... I would rather see it
paraded
It's
around
like,
the corpse.
It's the dog that's like 14 and his hips don't work. You know what I mean?
You're just like happy to see it getting put out of its misery.
It's not happy. It hurts. But like...
Well, yes, but there is
right
that
thing
like...
to do. He's not suffering.
Exactly. There's that release from pain,
right,
I guess, is where I go with
That's what it is, dude. That's
you
what
got to
it is.
have the release.
Oh,
God
brutal.
damn.
Witcher tore my heart out.
Yeah, I know.
That one was bad
That's
for me.
very near and dear to you.
But I would say the worst bad movie has got to be Annihilation.
Oh, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay.
See, but here's the thing.
I hate it, but I love it.
I think I don't love Annihilation. Annihilation is bad.
Okay.
It starts off with Johnny Cage getting ganked.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he just dies.
He just dies.
Look, he tried to take on Shao Kahn. What do you think's going to happen?
He killed Goro and Scorpion.
Yeah, he had a huge win record in the previous movie.
Very strong. And then they're just like, nah.
Nah, rolled.
Yeah, easily. First casualty of the game.
Yeah,
of the movie.
Terrible.
It did have the greatest line of all time, though.
What line was that again?
Too bad you. No, how's it go? Mother, you're alive. Too bad you will die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, Sindel.
Sindel hitting you hard right at the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Shao Kahn, same thing. He wore his helmet for 3 minutes, off for the rest of the movie.
You know what? You're right. Because there's so much filler in that movie that isn't good, isn't fun. The whole middle section is just...
Rain gets killed.
The ending is bland.
Rain gets killed because he didn't make Cabal and Stryker beg for their lives before he killed them.
Yeah.
He goes, I killed Stryker and Cabal. And Shao Kahn goes, did you make them beg for their lives? And he goes, well, no, I just killed them. And then he hits him with a hammer into fire.
Yeah,
like this is already after they've lost half of their team.
Yeah. And good. That is a major win for Rain.
Yeah.
Cabal and Stryker. I mean, that's not nothing.
Right, that's a tag team, that's high up on the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he just gets ganked into the fire.
Look, Shao Kahn's out there killing everyone.
Then we find out that Raiden and Shao Kahn are brothers.
Yeah, Raiden gets a haircut.
Yeah, he does a weird front flip too. And he's like, "Oh, I cut my hair." That symbolizes he's mortal.
Yeah. He's immortal now. His hair's cut. He's not wearing the hat anymore.
And then the end battle is, not even that. The animality shit.
Oh my god, the CGI is incredible.
There's that weird section where Nightwolf pops up for like a minute, and he's like, "You gotta have your animality."
Yeah, you got to get in tune with the animal.
Yeah, he hits him with some ayahuasca and then fucking then he leaves.
Trips old Lou out, fucking leaves.
Same with Sub-Zero though. Sub-Zero shows up and he's like, "I'm new Sub-Zero,"
and then he just goes.
He leaves.
He fucks off.
He just fucks off.
It is an insane.
Yeah,
movie.
that one is. You know what I heard happen though?
What's that?
So I would put the old MK under ugly.
Okay.
Right.
Enjoyably terrible.
It is so fun to watch because it's so bad.
Agree. I agree.
And the Goro animatronic is crazy.
Yep.
It did really well.
Yeah, that one's just snappier.
What I mean is it made a lot of money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it did really, really well in cinemas and stuff.
I had no idea that.
Yeah, it was a whole vibe. It had the fucking theme song.
Sure.
So they gave triple the budget for part 2.
Oh, no shit. Huh.
But the director that was directing it, this was his first major motion picture, and he busted his nut halfway through. He had no money by the end of it. And it shows.
Okay.
Not to excuse it.
I love it. It's just bad.
See, but the thing is, it's bad, but even I would watch it again. It's not like the new MK.
Yeah, I would not watch the new one.
You don't want to watch it again.
See, Annihilation, I'd almost put in ugly because it verges onto being fun bad.
I know,
at times.
but it's just
Jax's rubber arms are funny to me.
It's the middle. The middle is just too fucking dry to
right.
It
doesn't have quite enough fun sauce on it.
Yeah, Jax's does have rubber arms. I forgot about that.
At least it's not Kung Fu Magic like new MK.
No, the new MK is a fucking mistake.
I can't get right with it.
And you know what sucks?
It's so
the intro
so
of the new
bad.
MK is fucking amazing.
That's it. That's all of the good in the movie.
It's so good, it doesn't make sense. It's so good to the point where Sub-Zero speaks Chinese to Hanzo Hasashi, who only speaks Japanese, and goes, "I don't even know." Hanzo goes, "I don't know what you just said."
Yeah,
and
he's
I was
like,
"All
right."
Holy shit, that's exactly how it would go down.
Yeah, he's like, "Okay, I guess."
And I'm going
Kuai Liang's just talking at him.
Talk about the biggest you see that and you're just like, "Oh my god, this is going to be the greatest Mortal Kombat movie of all time."
Yeah, and then it isn't.
And then they go,
falls apart.
Present day. "Oh, you liked Hanzo and Bihan? Well, here's Cole Haan."
Yeah,
or whatever the fuck
Cole
his name is. Cole Young.
Here's Cole.
Yeah, here's Cole. He's got plot armor as his power.
Yeah, it's his literal power.
The worst.
I hate him. I hate everything about it. Yeah. It was not enjoyable. It wasn't fun.
No, it's not. You know what it is?
It catches your attention and then does.
The beginning is incredible.
Just wastes it.
The costumes are pretty good.
Yep. Sure.
Right? Goro's animation, pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is bad.
Yeah. Every other piece.
Like Kano, fantastic.
Yeah, okay. Kano does a good job in the movie. He's probably the only character that I wasn't aggravated with the entire time.
I wasn't aggravated with Bihan.
Bihan's not a character. He's the Terminator, essentially.
Right, yeah.
He's just a force in the movie.
That worked for me.
Sure, but that's the thing is, you can't be aggravated with his character because outside of the opening sequence, He's not much of a character.
I guess the same could be said about Hanzo. He wasn't really in it, right?
Yeah.
Although, again, the first intro was so powerful, right? And all the emotions from, what's his name? Takeda, or whatever his last name is.
Who knew?
The guy who played Hanzo Hasashi.
Oh, God, I can't remember. Yeah,
he's in
I know
like
what
everything.
you mean.
But just him emoting and everything was
he's
so...
a great actor.
Yeah, he is fantastic, right? And the tease of that, you just go like, how does something like that happen? How do you get the intro so right?
And then everything else so wrong. I don't know.
It doesn't make sense to me. Although I did hear, even though with the strike and everything's on hold, right?
Right.
I did hear that the second part has Boone's blessing. The first part didn't.
Yeah.
So maybe that is a good sign.
Maybe. I mean, they did
you see who they
Mortal
got to
Kombat
play,
without any Mortal Kombat, so...
Did you see who they got to play Shao Kahn?
No, I didn't.
He's a scary-looking motherfucker. Like, it works.
Good.
He's big.
Good.
Which is all you really need.
Yeah. I need a good Shang Tsung.
Yeah, the guy that got playing him, I don't know. Because he wasn't in it enough to really...
he barely had a presence.
Yeah, he looked fine, I suppose.
We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Well,
I mean, I'll take it. I'll watch it.
Noob is going to be in it, though.
Really?
Oh yeah, they got Bihan back. He's already got they already showed like.
Yeah, they kind of did something with that in the movie.
It's it's different.
His armor
he looks
kind of gets
different.
broken away. His outfit's more black.
He's going to be Noob though, which again, that's what you want.
Yeah.
I'll give it a chance.
Guy.
I'll give it a chance. That one I would say sits pretty strongly in bad though.
Yeah, no, it's not fun. It's not enjoyable. I didn't like it. We'll see. I might watch the second one if it's, as you say, has the blessing.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
So
how about let's go back to Ugly. You know, I think we have a strong
list.
List.
Close
for
this
good.
out with one more on Ugly.
Well, let me give you a couple of quick ones then.
Okay,
Some rapid
hit
fire.
me with
I would say Silent Hill Part 1 falls under Ugly.
Interesting.
Now,
I see what you're saying.
It's
with
not
that.
ugly where it's fun to watch because it's bad. I think that tonally they nailed it.
Right. I think this is one of those movies that was almost there but fell short.
Right. Like it's not Silent Hill. They're not really telling Silent Hill story.
Right.
But tonally, I think they do nail kind of the
There's
feel.
elements and pieces of the original Silent Hill stories.
Right.
I
But
think
what I'm saying,
in there.
yeah, like, you know.
But yeah, it's kind of handy.
But it's kind of creepy. It's got kind of a creepy vibe.
It's atmospheric at times.
Sure, like Pinhead is pretty good. Pinhead. Pyramid Head is Pinhead shows up.
Yeah, it's a cameo.
Yeah, such sights. Pinhead, I said it again. Pyramid Head shows up. He's pretty big. He's imposing. He looks right. Actually,
sure.
He rips some lady's skin off.
Yeah, just as a one piece.
Yeah, one piece, throws it against a church. Like, you like that.
Yeah.
There are parts. I think
that's
it's
the entirety of what's good in the movie.
I don't know. I mean, I thought
it is long.
It's too long.
At least it feels long.
It's like 2 hours.
It's kind of confusing on your first run through.
Yeah, you got to watch it more than once.
Like, I remember the first time I watched a movie, I was just so like, huh? At the end, I couldn't make heads or tails of what had just happened.
I don't know. For me, it just tonally felt right. Tonally. I remember I saw it in the theater, and I remember, like, leaving, and I was like, yeah, okay. Okay.
Right.
You know, not the worst thing ever, but not Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Part 2 is bad. Sits squarely in bad.
I don't think it's boring enough to sit and... I agree with you. I don't think it's as boring as the movies and shows in bad. It's still interesting enough that I sat through it without being like, man, this wasted my time.
Yeah, I think if you showed someone who had never seen it or didn't know what Silent Hill was, they would probably have a good enough time.
Of the ugly movies, it's probably one of the ones I'm least inclined to go back to.
Well, it's not fun.
Right.
Like, that's the one that almost hits as a good movie, but it just kind of falls short, which is why I didn't want to put it in bad.
Right.
I thought it fell more in ugly.
All right.
What do you got? Give me an ugly one.
An ugly one. All right, let's see. So there's Street Fighter. Again, just stick with the things I love.
Yeah, that sits in ugly, I think. Because, I mean, you got to... Come on.
I love it.
Bison.
Oh, my God, it's ridiculous.
Raul Julia's last performance.
Yeah, he's dying. Was it stomach cancer?
Yeah,
Yep.
he's dying. For me, this is a Tuesday. What a line.
Iconic line.
Listen, that's insane. What a line. What a fucking line.
You got your Van Damme as Guile.
I mean, sort of.
Kind of.
This is so crazy. Yeah, it's a crazy movie.
You got...
It's fun. That's early 90s.
Everyone. Look, you have a scene where there's a bomb going to go off on television.
Yeah.
And Zangief yells to the group to change the channel to save themselves.
Nailed it. Because
love it.
That's what Zangief would do.
It's so good.
It's a bad
They
movie.
bring in a lot of the random... They got Zangief, DJ,
It's a bad
Chun-Li.
It's a bad
the
movie.
whole cast is there.
But it's ugly.
Blanca.
I know. It's crazy.
I love it.
Vega's in it.
It's over the top.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's just fun.
The funniest part to me, though, is that Bison, like, Raul Julia is the furthest thing
from M.
from
Bison,
M. Bison
that
right?
you could be.
Yeah.
I know.
But all I can see in my head is fucking Raul Julia.
I love him.
Ah, he's fantastic.
God damn it.
Yeah, that one's an
Too
ugly.
soon.
Yeah, that one sucked. I got one for you.
Yeah, I know. I know you do. This belongs in...
This one belongs in...
I disagree
here's
with
the
you.
Thing.
This belongs in ugly, but...
You think this one belongs in bad?
No, it's bad. Yeah,
so
sorry.
I agree that it belongs in bad. But the fact that I got to torture you by watching this puts it squarely in ugly because of the Schadenfreude.
There you go. I'm glad that I could elevate it for you. It's like an art.
It's basically my Witcher. Monster Hunter.
Yeah, so it's one of my favorite franchises. Hey, look.
You dragged me kicking and screaming into it.
Admit that it's not a narratively strong franchise as far as games.
The gameplay is top notch. It's fun.
It's a gameplay. Yeah, it's all about the gameplay.
We sunk hours into World.
Tons of time.
It's good. Narratively, I can't say it.
Movie.
I agree with you though. It is very light on narrative.
Yeah, the movie is just abysmal.
It's a fever dream.
It's like they're like, all right, this is narratively light. We can do what we want. So we're going to just go out of our fucking minds.
Right. The thing of it is, though, is that it is, if you just sit there and kind of walk through it, it is crazy. It's not just bad. It's fucking crazy.
It's another Paul W.S. Anderson film. They can't. This man is on a fucking rampage. He needs to be stopped.
Here's the thing, though.
Resident Evil.
Here's the thing.
Oh.
He also directed Mortal Kombat 1, the old one.
It's true.
So the thing is,
I think he got lucky.
No. He fell in love with Mila Jovovich. And as soon as that happened, he puts her in all his movies now. And the combination of the two of them, it's a bad combo.
I see.
What was she, like a specialist captain in the army or something?
She's some sort of military
like very high rank. Yeah. I didn't buy that for a foot. Then you had like T.I. in there for a bit.
The whole
it's crazy
angle of it being like the American military.
Yeah. Gets teleported
encountering the monsters.
Dude, it is like Tony Jaa was the fucking... Oh, it's a crazy... That's the thing, is it's not just... like, the plot's not just crazy.
Yeah.
All of it's crazy.
The casting is bizarre.
Ron Perlman comes flying in. Dude, this is the... You could give me hallucinogenics, and this is what I would come up with.
Yeah.
Ron Perlman comes flying in as the Admiral with the craziest fucking hair I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very impressive.
Like, ready to fight.
Yeah.
I don't have the word. Like, I don't have... And then the movie just ends.
Yeah, just out of nowhere.
There's no conclude. Like, they're like, oh no, the Elder Dragon's here. And it lands, and it's like, credits.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, figure it out, guys.
Yeah, figure it out. Ron Perlman's like, we gotta...
We actually ran out of budget to film this fight, so
Ron Perlman's like, we gotta stop. We gotta break the Crystal Tower, whatever the fucking plot is. And it just ends. And it's like, but you guys aren't getting a sequel, you know? Like,
yeah. You're well aware you're not getting a sequel.
We all knew that going into it, but like you're just gonna leave
You're
me
just gonna drop
half-cocked?
that on there, yeah.
Incredible.
All that movie, no payoff.
Incredible. And it's
I
like
hate it.
long.
Oh,
it's
it's
like
one of the
almost 2
worst.
hours. It's so good.
Belongs in bad so definitively.
No, it's so... Yeah, but it's
possibly my least favorite of all that we've talked about.
I don't know. It's so bad, it's good.
Disagree.
What was that song?
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
They sing the song, the army song or whatever.
Oh, my God.
What was the song?
I don't know if I remember. I know they just sing like cadences and all that.
She sang a cadence, and I thought you were going to have a brain aneurysm.
Yeah. It was very upsetting.
Oh, it was incredible.
It's just everything I know bastardized to the greatest possible degree.
It was so satisfying. It was more satisfying to watch with you than Cats.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
That's saying something, because you truly tortured me with Cats.
How dare you?
I have like a weird fucking...
Every now and then it like pops in my head. I'm like, it's a jellicle life.
Yeah, he's very jellicle.
Ugh. Let's move on.
Yeah, I have a Stockholm syndrome with Cats now.
So that's what, like, video game adaptations is in a weird spot.
I think it's on the upswing overall, because if you
really
look at the
too.
ugly and the bad, it's mostly older stuff.
Except for Halo and Witcher.
Halo and Witcher were bad. I think
Witcher had no business being bad. Halo, like, they didn't know what they were doing.
I think it's a good example, though. I think them being out there and flopping so hard shows these studios that if you want to make these adaptations, do it the Last of Us way. Do it the Twisted Metal way. Respect the franchise,
right.
And people will enjoy it and watch it.
The thing is, right, you could make The Witcher accurate to the lore and still push Ciri and Yennefer as strong female leads, because that's what
because they were already written that way. Yeah, they were never not that.
But they're just not the main character. The main character is
Geralt of Rivia,
who is the Witcher. It's in the title.
Yeah, that's what it's named for.
Crazy. Let's do one more list. We got a little bit of time.
Yeah, a shorter one, a little fucking quick guy, but we can do.
We'll do some animation. You know,
animation.
You like anime. You got a young son, so you watch some of the.
Yeah, I watch a lot of like the new animated films that come out with him. You know, he enjoys it.
Yeah,
I try to find the ones that are fun for both of us, so I can enjoy it a bit myself.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, so you know what? I wanted to talk about animation myself because there's just been so much good animation recently.
We're in a very interesting time.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, technology is the greatest it's ever been.
Right.
And I think a lot of that trickles down to the animation, because we are seeing some of the greatest animated material to ever come out.
Right.
And I'm talking about technically animated. Maybe not the greatest stories.
Yeah.
But
like, just the visual aspect of animation nowadays, it's getting crazy how good it is.
It's a little disheartening.
I mean, look, I don't put this at the top of the top. Just the other day I took my son, took him out to see the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
How was it?
Actually really fun. Really enjoyable movie. I don't think it was like the best kids movie that's come out in the past couple of years.
No, but it was pretty fun though.
Yeah, fun. Very, very nice visually. It has kind of like a multi-layered art style, like the 3D. I saw
the trailer sucked me in because I was like, I've never really seen that art style before.
Yeah, they do this weird thing with like the 3D models, but they're also hand-drawn, like overlay. And
yeah, really interesting.
Kind of like this sketch style thing they do for some of the animation. For it.
Yeah, it's like a weird cell shading or something.
Very cool.
Yeah, cool. How's the plot? Just kind of so-so?
Fine. Yeah. Not what you expect.
What would you give it? Like a C+, B-?
I give it a B. B. I'd give it a B.
Wow, 80.
Solid.
85?
Solid.
85.
Yeah, I'd like a B. I think that it was, for what it is, kids movie, really fun.
What did your son think?
Oh, it's one of his favorites. He loves it.
Oh, rad. That's all you need.
Yeah, he's never been into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles before, and now he likes them.
Cowabunga.
Yeah, so it brought him in.
Who's
brought
he
him
like?
aboard. I didn't really get down to ask him about it, which is strange.
Yeah, you got to figure that out.
You gotta find,
is he a Michelangelo?
Is he a Raphael guy?
You go Raphael, huh?
Look, it just resonates with me.
My boy Donatello.
Really?
Yeah, I love him.
Okay.
He's the tech guy.
Yeah, I guess so. Very easygoing.
Yeah, who are you going to go with? Leonardo?
No.
Yeah. Main character.
Fuck outta
yeah,
here
get
with
the fuck out of
Leonardo.
here indeed. Like, you like Michelangelo, but like nobody's Mikey.
No.
You know what I mean? You strive to be Mikey. Like,
So,
yeah.
that was good.
All right, cool.
Just recently, another one I watched with him was Into the Spider-Verse. I haven't even caught up to the second one yet.
Let me tell you something about the second one. I enjoyed Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I thought they did a great job.
Oh, it's beautiful.
The second one, when they announced it, I was like, yeah, but I've seen it. Like, I don't really need...
Right.
I was like, I don't need more of this. I get the gist.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it. I was angry at how good it was.
And just because we haven't said, to be clear, these are both very hard in the good category.
Super hard in the good. Across the Spider-Verse
crazy good.
had me salivating for more.
Yeah.
I'm a grown-ass man.
Get it?
No, I don't either. You know what it is? There's so much heart to it, and they nail the characters. And because they do that, it works.
I think that's something that they do well in the TMNT movie, too, is a lot of heart in the film.
I'm telling you something right now.
They pull in a lot of random
You see it with
obscure
Sonic.
characters.
You see it with Super Mario. There's heart to these movies.
Yeah, yeah.
And they don't ring hollow.
Those two kind of fall into both categories, too. And, well, CGI animation, but...
I'm just saying, like, there's when you bring love and heart to a property...
Right. It's hard to fall too badly. You can't have too bad of a film if everyone can see what you were going for.
But the thing is that if it works in one medium, it works in one medium, right, and you bring the heart and the love to another medium, it will succeed. If you don't do that, it will fail. Period, and it'll fail hard.
Okay.
You can't. Tell me one where they've completely diverted from the original,
and it's been a success.
Not an ugly. I'm saying that it would
a good. Yeah, I don't know.
They don't exist.
I couldn't even.
They don't exist.
No, you're right about that.
And I say that confidently.
You got to take what makes the original over to this new platform.
Let us know in the comments if you guys can think of any either live action or animated films that completely veer away from the source material that are good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let us know.
There's going to be anything in there, but so okay, we had a couple of good. Hit me with a bad or an ugly.
Well, before we move off of good, anything Mappa does is incredible.
Yeah, they're kind of insane. Now,
the only saving grace is I know that people are suffering to make that.
Oh, that like lightens the blow for you.
Yeah, because like you see it and you're just like, I will never amount to anything. But then you're like, well, this person doesn't see their family.
Yeah, they live in their little animation cubicle.
Yeah, that's it. They're working like 90 hours a week to make pudding like fall out of a glass.
Yeah,
but it looks real.
Yeah, they're insane.
They're
Season
incredible.
2 of Jujutsu Kaisen is just next level.
I mean, just every episode, all of the stuff. Chainsaw Man, Dorohedoro, like everything they put out is so good.
It's wild.
Yeah.
I don't know how someone can be so. One studio can be so consistent with the hits.
It's crazy. Well, you know what? It's like Mortal Kombat. Like they're consistent.
True.
They're consistent.
Very true.
And then obviously Adult Swim has the Uzumaki coming out.
You know, I hadn't seen the previews for that until recently, and I love the style.
That stopped me.
The style.
That stopped me in my tracks because it looks like a moving manga.
Yeah, and that's what's nice is they went in this different direction. It's something that looks visually distinct from all other animation I've seen.
Yeah.
A animated manga is the best way to put it.
Yeah, it's a moving manga.
It keeps that style.
It feels like you're reading a manga.
And what makes that so good, especially in this case, is that I don't think you can convey Junji Ito's atmosphere as well in color as you can in this black and white, very grim, dreary kind of world. I mean, the color scheme helps carry and convey that feeling.
I agree. I totally agree. But this kind of brings me into the bad. So the only real bad one I've seen as of recent would be Junji Ito's Tales of the Macabre.
Oh,
on Netflix.
Okay. Yeah, he did that recent one.
They're telling the tales, right?
Right.
The animation is fine.
Right. It's not ugly animation. It's not bad to look at, per se. It's very standard.
Right. It doesn't really scream Junji's style, though.
Right.
So that's one.
That's the whole thing about the show.
It's in color, which if you were doing his style in color, maybe you could get away from it, but you can't veer away from his style and do it in color.
Right. It's like they kind of made it more generic. There's hints of his style in there, but everything's been brought more towards like a normal anime look.
Right. Which is
not massively, but just a touch in that direction.
It's too much.
Right.
And then you add the color on top of it.
The color.
But what really killed it for me was the music. I don't know who gave the okay for the music in that show.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Here's the thing, too. Junji Ito, all being horror, it's
hard horror.
Is very, very reliant on setting the mood.
Right. It's atmosphere.
The atmosphere, yeah. And music is a huge part of that.
Totally agree.
Sound design is pivotal for horror. But this just fails entirely.
Like to a degree of insanity. Like they'll tell their tale of the macabre.
Yes.
And then they'll finish it with a slap bass. They'll send you out with like a and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just it doesn't work at all. It's like some totally out of left field shit.
It's like they accidentally put the wrong soundtrack in. You know, like they had two shows.
Can I hit you with one that fits in both fields real quick?
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be a good on both.
Okay.
Outstanding animation, outstanding adaptation a few years back, but we're getting a new series soon.
What do you got?
Castlevania.
My goodness.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's so good looking. Now, the last season had moments where it kind of fell flat compared to the prior two.
Agree.
But the story was...
Prior three.
Oh, prior three. That's right. That's right.
4-seasoner.
Yeah. I forget that the first kind of arc is broken into 2 seasons. I always forget
the first one is like the first season, quote unquote, is 4 episodes. So like, you know.
Right. It's kind of 3 seasons. But yeah. No, it nails the story. It does exactly as you said. The heart is all there.
There's so much heart in it.
The animation is top notch. Everything looks beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it talk about just firing. The voice acting is phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
I mean, Graham McTavish is drag. I mean, come on.
What's Richard Armitage
as Trevor.
Yeah, you're so good.
Right, like you're not gonna do better. You're not gonna do better than that, and it shows.
God, I just need more shit like that.
Yeah, I saw we were getting a new Castlevania.
Yeah. Oh, and it looks so fucking good
there a
so
trailer?
far. Yeah. Well, there's been previews. There's been a little sneak peeks.
You have to show me that.
Yeah.
No, I'm on board with Castlevania. Any more Castlevania, please.
Very welcome in my book.
Yeah, that is animation and adaptation. That works phenomenally well.
And this is just hitting all the check marks in both fields. It's the gold standard. Do that, people. That's what I want.
That. Use that as the watermark.
Right.
All right. Do you have any ugly before we put it to bed?
See, I don't know about ugly. There's certain like trends and shit recently that I would be happy to see going away.
Such as?
So I'm a bit of an anime viewer.
Yes,
off and on.
Sure.
I don't watch too much, but there's this weird... I don't know if I'd call it a trend because it's very intermittent. But you see like more CGI use in anime nowadays.
I
it always
totally
feels
agree.
like a cop-out towards
So here's
better
the thing.
animation.
Have you ever seen Gankutsuo?
I can't say that I have.
So that uses animation or CGI to like make the clothing kind of move, which is really weird.
Okay.
That works from a stylistic standpoint, but when they randomly throw animation, like 3D animation into a 2D
That's
anime,
what I'm talking about. I do not like it.
It takes me out of it because it will never look right.
It just doesn't even belong in the same scene.
Right.
It looks like it's randomly inserted. It just looks wrong. I mean, a good example of it is, even though it's not a show that I follow really, is Overlord, and it's one of its more recent seasons, that big CGI monsters that
the goats, yeah.
just looked bad.
It's weird.
It's jarring. It takes you out of it.
It really does. That is the biggest sin, I would say.
You know what? Honestly, that's all I would say for ugly on like animation.
I mean, like, you know,
I think we've been eating fairly good as in animation recently.
Yeah,
there's been a lot of good, lot to love.
There's some bad. There's that,
sure,
you know, Teenage Kraken tanked and Elemental tanked and all of that stuff.
Right,
like
right.
there is still a lot of bad. There's just an equal amount of good. Did you see Sea Beast?
No, I never ended up.
You gotta watch that when you're a kid, man.
I know,
That's
you've
a
been
good
telling
one.
me. Hey, look, when I fucking get internet, I'll consider it.
Yeah, I know, right? I'll send you home with some DVDs.
Good.
All right, let's. On that note,
Yeah,
let's put
wrap it
this.
up.
Let's put this one to bed. Paul, what do you got going on?
Look, so back at it. We're intermittent with the videos, but I got one I'm editing together at the moment.
Very nice.
You can find me on TikTok at Partially Proficient. We do a little bit of model painting. Look, sometimes the videos are scuffed, sometimes they're not. You have to watch them to find out. So
All right.
check it out.
All right, guys. So that's episode 65 of The Corner. CatalystCrafting.com is the main website. Catalyst Creations NH is the Etsy store. We're cooking. We're releasing the coasters, the Mortal Kombat coasters, part of the MK Collective, every day until release. Every day. Did a little redesign of the logo.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Got that in
I like
front
that a lot.
of some people, so that's interesting.
Good.
But what do you guys think? I mean, do you agree with our list? Do you have kind of some standout video game or animation adaptations that fall in the good, the bad, or the ugly?
Do you have a guilty pleasure one? Is it bad, but you'll love it?
You just can't help it. It's your junk food.
Yeah, come on.
Let us know in the comments. All right, crew. We'll catch you on the next one.